Alright, everyone, settle down. Settle down. Thank you. Hello and welcome to your official first day of how to perform a scalp inspection class. Now, I have my wonderful friend here with me who has generously offered to be the subject of our scalp inspection today. Please make sure that you pay close attention because we will need to elaborate on each of the points that I go over today, okay? Now, what is the first most important thing that you must do when you are performing a scalp inspection? Very good. You must put on gloves. As you can see, I have a pair of gloves here, which I will be putting on. Once you have put your gloves on, it is extremely important to remember that you do not touch your own face or hair while performing the scalp check. This is to prevent any possible lice or rashes from spreading. Now that I have my gloves on, I will proceed with the scalp check. First, you are going to let the person that you are inspecting know that you are going to perform the scalp inspection, and you can inform them that it should be, in general, a painless experience. They should not feel any pain, and if they do, they should report it to you, as that can be signs of an injured scalp. Now, first and foremost, what you want to do is you want to take the person's scalp in your hands. Make sure that they are in a comfortable position, as this can take any amount of time. Generally, you want to keep it at a good period of time. A true scalp inspection may take longer than you think, so it shouldn't be too short because you really want to be thorough. Now what I'm doing right now is I am doing the preliminary finger inspection. I am going to part the hair in rows, starting from one side of the head to the other, and then I am going to go front to back. This will allow me to view the entire scalp. Now, you should all have taken your How to Become a Professional Scratcher course. As you know, scratching is a very important part of a scalp inspection. Again, this part should be painless, and when you scratch, it will give you an indication of the health of the scalp. For example, if you scratch and there is any redness, or if you scratch and there is flaking, could be indications of a rash or dandruff. Additionally, it will help to show any living organisms like lice, because they will want to move away. Now, I am going to proceed with the scalp check, and I want you all to watch very closely. Today I will be doing all of it. However, we will be having a day where you will have your own chance to perform a scalp check. So today I just want you to observe very closely. So to begin, I am going from one side of the head. I will part the hair. I am going to look just above the ear. So what we are going to do is part a little section of hair. And I am going to take my finger and I am going to give it a little scratch. Now, take note of any redness, dryness, flakiness, anything like lice. You're going to want to make sure that you move in rows because each area of the scalp is different. So performing a thorough check is important. This is why we go both side to side and front to back. Now some of you may have a comb. When you perform the scalp inspection, you are free to try to pull up any dandruff and things. This is so that you can apply the treatment as necessary at the end. Now my friend here has a beautiful scalp. I know, sentences you would only hear in school, in a scalp inspection specifically. But it is crucial because I have good experience with scalp checks, and so I know how to spot a healthy scalp. And over time, you will too. Now I'm sure that most of you are nervous, but you needn't to be. A scalp check is a very routine procedure, and I have personally experienced many people who have said that they quite enjoyed it. So if you are nervous about any of that, I wouldn't worry. Now, I've been working my way up and around the scalp. I'm nearly to the middle on the one side. And yes, you do need to be this thorough. It is important to make sure. Now, you may experience some people who come in and say that they have a specific itch or a specific area of difficulty. The reason we check the entire scalp, of course, you will check the affected area first. But the reason we check the entire scalp is not only for reference, but also to see if there is any potential spreading of any issues. Now the reason that we do it this way is so that we can catch any particular issues. Now, as I said, the most important thing you can do is to avoid touching your face or hair. It's a very big reflex for a lot of people. So make sure that you wear your hair in a way that does not itch your own face, because you would not want to transfer any sort of issues onto your own face or scalp. I have seen it very often in those who have less experience with scalp checks. Okay, I have now reached the top of the head. We are going to do the other side now. And again, it should generally be a pleasant process. As far as this is concerned, like I said, I am aware of what a healthy scalp looks like, and so I know for a fact that my friend does not have any issues. Yes, thank you for your question. I am a professional. I graduated top of my scalp inspection and professional scratching courses. Hence why I was asked to teach this one. Yes. Typically, scratching can cause irritation. But if you are paying attention in class, you will know that professionals like myself, who have learned the proper techniques, will be able to scratch in a way that is satisfying and unharmful to the scalp. Yes, I did take the additional face scratching class, but that is a different class entirely. We would have to go over that another day. One of the most important things to remember when you are performing a scalp check is to make sure that the person you are checking always feels at ease. In most cases, there is a solution for their problems. Anything we do not know, we will find out. Anything that may be wrong, we will fix. This is because there are not very many unknown scalp issues. And as a result, we are able to take care of things like lice and dandruff. In the case of a more extreme or specialized scalp issue, you would likely want to refer to one of your superiors, myself, or another professional. But it is important to remember that you are learning the skills to help people. And part of helping people is ensuring that they know that you know what you're doing, because you do. I have many years of experience, so I am genuinely very calm when I perform these scalp inspections. It actually happens to be one of my favorite activities. Okay, now that we've gone over the head from side to side, we will go from front to back. Now, the most important thing to remember is that when you are doing a scalp check, you must check the areas behind the ears and essentially all around the ears, but especially behind and above, as well as the nape of the neck all the way around, and the hairline. The hairline in particular can be very tricky because that is where a lot of people will touch, either to move hair out of their face or to scratch. A lot of sweat can accumulate here, and so a lot of oils end up around the hairline. So you want to make sure that you are checking this area very carefully. Now, I'm going to work my way front to back, following all along, and since I have checked the sides, the important part is now going to be checking those areas that I mentioned. This gives you basically a very big grid of the scalp to work on. And it will reduce the room for error. Once we are finished with the scalp inspection, and I am moving a little more quickly now, so if I go too fast, please tell me and I will make sure that I slow down again. But I am very used to this. And that is the important thing to remember. The more you do it, the more experience you will gain. One of the wonderful parts about doing a scalp inspection is that you get to meet wonderful people and do a wonderful job helping them in ways that they may not be able to do themselves. Now, I am getting to the back of the head here, and I am dividing the hair once again. And pretty soon I will be on the nape of the neck. Once we are finished, any remaining questions you may have, we will address. Now that I am finishing up at the nape of the neck, we will do one more overall inspection. Just to make sure that everything is good. You will address any issues at this point with the person you have done the inspection for, and from there you may make any recommendations for what you find. That will conclude our course for today. I hope you will give a wonderful thank you to my friend who has offered their time today. And we will take a short break. When we re-adjourn, we will address any questions you may have. See you all soon.